Hi, my name is Rags, and I'm the Kenyan Wine brat. So, what do you do when you've had a nice day? It's a lovely day, and you're celebrating maybe the birth of your child, or you've gone to a wedding and you're celebrating the marriage of somebody, or you just decided, you know what, I've worked really hard today, and gosh darn it, I deserve something good to drink. What do? Personally, I get myself some champagne. So in my study of champagne, I came across this lady, a lady called Madame Ponsardon. And Madame Ponsardon, and forgive my butchering of the French language, is also known as La Veuve Clicquot, which means the widow Clicquot. Now, I urge you to go to your local wine store and look at the French champagne bottles that are on the shelf. Now, chances are you'll see a Dom Perignon over there, and you'll see a champagne bottle with a yellow label, and it's written La Veuve. Actually, it's written Clicquot in French. Clicquot was a 27-year-old widow. She was married to this guy who owned a champagne house, or he was a winemaker of sorts, and he died before her. And she was told, your husband is dead, just go to where you came from. Just go back home. Go back to your parents. And La Veuve Clicquot said, no. My husband is dead. I'm part of my husband. This is also my property. And by gosh darn it, I'm going to make the best champagnes in the whole wide world. And she did. And we're drinking her wines up until now. Apart from being a 27-year-old driven lady of her time, even now, man, there are very few 27-year-old, well, let me not just say that, but, women, even in America, don't have as much opportunities as they should. And this woman was there in I think the 1800s. She was in the 1800s, and she was like calling the shots. Anywho, so what Madame Clicquot did is that she noticed that if you look at a champagne, back in the day, like if you look at a champagne bottle, the bottle was cloudy. And what happens during fermentation is that the wine during fermentation, it kills the yeast. And what happens is the dead yeast cells pretty much just hang out in the champagne bottle. And so if you were born in that time and you'd shaken a champagne bottle, you'd have noticed that it was really cloudy. And Madame Clicquot saw this as a problem. So what did she do? She was like, I'm sick and tired of these yeast bottles, and yeast be gone. So she went to her table, cut holes in her table, and had those holes cut at a 45-degree angle. And so she put all her champagne bottles in there at a 45-degree angle. And every day what she'd do, and this caused actually the yeast to, give me a second. Let me illustrate to this bottle. So she'd put the bottle, say this is a champagne bottle, and it's at a 45-degree angle, hopefully. So what the yeast would do is that it would go and settle at the bottom. And to prevent the yeast from sticking to the bottom of the bottle, every day she would just shake the bottle and twist it. And so the yeast would be like, so it kind of move. And after all the yeast had settled, what they do is they just quickly open the bottom of because at this time they'd already put like cork on the bottle, and that's why the yeast was able to settle over here. And they just open the cork, and the yeast would just gush out, and then they'd quickly cap it and then replace the remaining champagne with some fresh new champagne. They'd kind of top it. And so that's what happened. So when you're drinking champagne, like right now, if you just go on YouTube and type up or you go online and learn about how these people make champagne or sparkling wine, you'll notice that actually they have to, when they're after fermenting the wine in the bottle, they usually tilt the bottle to an angle and then have machines shake and twist the bottle, and thus making the yeast settle at the bottom. And this style, this very ingenious way of making champagne is the creation, or as a result, was the result of Madame Clicquot's way of thinking. And you know what? I really wish women were, the very many women in winemaking who haven't been given the credit they deserve. So I'd urge you to find out wines that have been made by women winemakers, and buy, those wines, or learn more about these women winemakers. Because as much as we have male winemakers, there are female winemakers who are some are even better than the male winemakers. So that's my talk for the day, or my thoughts of the day. Thank you so much. Thank you, Madame Clicquot, even though you're gone, for all your innovation and stuff. If you have like 30 bucks, go to your wine store and look for the champagne bottle from France, which has a yellow label, and it has the name Clicquot over there. So have a good day. I will see you at the next episode. Bye.